you so much for being with us this morning. Guys, incredible, incredible news. Stephen A., I'll start with you. Your reaction.
Relief. Very, very happy for Brittney Griner and her wife Sherelle and the whole family, the WNBA community, the NBA community. Anybody associated with the game of basketball knows what Brittney Griner has meant to the game. And as an American citizen, obviously, we're happy to see her home. Obviously, we'd be remiss in neglecting to mention the importance of Paul Whelan ultimately coming home. His brother, I saw his brother David Whelan on CNN this morning, class exemplified. Recognizing the importance and the relief that we should all feel the fact that Brittney Griner has been released. Nevertheless, still hoping and praying that his brother ultimately, who's been detained in Russia for the last 4 years, would ultimately get released. But what it comes down to is that she's home. Pressure was brought to bear. The United States obviously had been working behind the scenes for quite a long time. The Biden administration is to be applauded in all of this because they put forth their due diligence. And it's important to recognize the fact that while we bring up Brittney Griner, we also bring up Paul Whelan from this perspective. The Biden administration said that they worked diligently and they pushed to try to get him released as well. And Russia was steadfast in their position that the only person that they were going to release at this particular moment in time was Brittney Griner. They didn't forget about anybody else. They tried to get other Americans to come home as well. But Russia refused to relent in that regard. So it was either Brittney Griner or nothing. And they made the wise decision of making sure that they got her home. So I'm incredibly happy for her family, the whole basketball community at large. But as Sherelle pointed out during her press conference this morning, as the Biden administration, Joe Biden himself pointed out, there's still work to be done to help others. And Brittney Griner is going to play a pivotal role in trying to assist in that regard. And I think that she and her loved ones should be applauded for that as well.
I mean, obviously, super excited. A lot of texts this morning. 293 something days. Too long. For the things that go on. I mean, I played 7 years in Russia. So to have her back, but to kind of understand the conditions and kind of Russian mentality when you're over there, I can't imagine how that hug is going to feel. Because even when you're just playing basketball overseas, to get back and just set foot on American soil, and now for Brittney to be able to do that, our whole WNBA family, it's a sisterhood, brotherhood, and anybody, like you said, involved in the game of basketball has to be exuberant this morning. And we've always been very active, and she's going to be very active in helping others that were in her position as well.
Absolutely, in her mission moving forward.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you this because obviously you've played in Russia, and if I remember correctly, you became a Russian citizen in 2008. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Talk to us about what you were feeling as this whole ordeal was unfolding, Coach, from the perspective of she's over there. Because I'm asking that question in this regard, and Molly can confirm that I was a bit reluctant to talk about it because I know folks said we tried the quiet route. Now it's about bringing noise and putting a spotlight and putting attention on it. And all I was thinking was, this is Vladimir Putin we talking about here. The more attention you bring, we don't know what this man will do. We don't know what their government would do. As somebody that's obviously incredibly familiar with Russia and how they do things, what was going on through your mind at that particular moment in time?
Well, when the news first broke, it's just super upsetting, obviously. The fact that an athlete can be snatched like that, really for nothing. And when you see kind of the government and even their police and how they work, there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm like that you would never think of in here, at least I wouldn't, approaching a cop. That just is natural over there. It's every day, to get out of a speeding ticket. You put, I mean, that's just the way it rolls. So the conditions obviously came to mind. A Russian prison has to be one of the worst places on earth. So there was that aspect, but also that I was a little bit disheartened just about, because it's been such a great experience for most of us over there, and the fact that they would go to these lengths. Now, granted, and here's the thing when you're dealing with somebody like Putin, he's not playing by anybody's rules. He got his own set of rules, and so when you have somebody our side playing by a set of rules, and then somebody who plays by no rules, it's hard to get the deals done because you don't know what they're capable. I mean, he just invaded a whole country.
Of course.
He does not care.
And the terror and the monstrosity that's taken place there.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean,
and you can become a political pawn like this.
And she did.
Yeah.
That's all this was. Was a political move by him. He snatched the most highest profile person that he could over there.
Yeah.
She's easy to spot over there, you know.
Yeah.
And it was just, it was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And especially since I have played there, Sue Bird, Diana, I mean, Tina, you could go down the list of women's players that have played there and had really good experiences.
Yeah.
The Russian people took us in and took really great care of us. And then something like this happens and it sends, you know, just shivers down your spine that even that, you know, when they were saying they were making phone calls and trying to get, I'm like, the fact that her club couldn't get her out, because your club can pretty much get you out of anything
That's
Yeah.
right.
over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the fact that her club, her local government, couldn't get her out, told me right away this is coming from the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
And
isn't even about her.
Yeah,
Yes,
this is a huge problem because typically, like I said, you can make a phone call over there
Yeah.
and you can get it done.
That's right.
Absolutely, but thank God.
Thank God
she's
she's
coming home.
Yeah, she's coming home.
I want to bring in TJ Quinn.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.